Nikola announcing that founder Trevor Milton is voluntarily stepping down from his role as executive chairman, member of its board.
Yep.
You know, GM
He's
is a
out.
fact. Yeah, and GM plays into all this. I don't know what you know about that, Phil, but I mean, it's not good, is it?
Well, the relationship remains between Nikola and General Motors, but Trevor Milton, who really was the driving force behind Nikola from the moment that the company first went public with the SPAC, with Invecto, and the stock exploded in May, all the way through 10 days ago, and that's when you had the research that came out that essentially was from a short seller saying, look, we think a lot of this doesn't add up, and we think that Trevor Milton at the heart of this is inflating the capabilities of what this company can do. So Trevor Milton issuing a letter last night to the Nikola board of directors and putting it out on social media, which has been his main platform. In it, he says, I asked the board of directors to let me step aside from my roles as executive chairman and a member of the Nikola board of directors. The focus should be on the company and its world-changing mission, not me. I intend to defend myself against false allegations leveled against me by outside detractors. So who takes over as chairman of Nikola? Steve Girsky. Steve Girsky, who was the chairman of Invecto, which put together the SPAC IPO with Nikola earlier this year. Former vice chair of General Motors, longtime analyst, auto analyst on Wall Street. He will be the executive chairman. Or he will be the chairman, excuse me, not executive chairman of Nikola. What's going to be the reaction on Wall Street? Wedbush out with a note this morning. Trevor stepping down voluntarily at Nikola will be perceived by the street as a major near-term gut punch for the company's lofty EV ambitions as he plays a key role strategically in driving the company's vision. Yeah, how did he play that key role? Social media. He was every people talk about how Elon Musk likes to use social media. Trevor Milton was very much in that mold where he was going to be out there. He was taking on the haters, and he was not afraid to use social media. By the way, as part of his agreement to leave the company, he's a consultant to the end of this year. After that, he's gone completely, no role at all with the company, but he has to have all of his tweets with regard to Nikola. So if he wants to go on and say something about Nikola, it's got to be cleared by the legal counsel of Nikola, even though he is no longer at the company. So that's why you see this stock under severe pressure. Remember, this stock got up as high as, what, $50 a share after they announced the agreement with General Motors. But no more will Trevor Milton be the face and the voice of Nikola.
Well, Phil, he says the reason is because he doesn't want it to be about him anymore. But when a firm like Hindenburg makes a lot of allegations, and then the founder actually does leave, doesn't that throw? I mean, I'm not saying whether there's smoke, there's fire, or I don't know what the end result is going to be, but it certainly seems like it would affect General Motors that it just coming so quickly after the big announcement and all the fanfare from that announcement.
Well, keep in mind, Joe.
And I know Hindenburg has a vested. I mean, they're short sellers, so they're going to say stuff too. But it just seems like it taints the whole good feeling about.
Well, it certainly doesn't look good. Without a doubt, it certainly doesn't look good. But in terms of an actual impact on General Motors, what impact does it have? GM taking an 11% stake in Nikola, didn't pay any money. It had a chance to expand its size and scale in terms of EV production and cell production. That's still in place. That's still going to happen as far as this agreement between Nikola and General Motors. They still plan on having General Motors build the Badger electric vehicle truck. GM will still be supplying fuel cells for the hydrogen fuel cell semi that Nikola is developing and building in Europe. Now, look, does it have a greater impact in GM if there's another shoe to drop? If somewhere down the road, Nikola says, look, we're not going to be able to do this, or a part of our plan doesn't come forward. Phil, yes, you're right. That does have an impact. But at this point, it's, things remain the same.
Right. Phil, is GM in a position, if they wanted to call a MAC, a material adverse change clause in their contract, claiming that something here has happened?
Andrew, I don't know the details of the contract. It would seem to me that if these allegations that were put out there by Hindenburg, if they are greater than what we've seen already in terms of an impact with Trevor Milton leaving the company, perhaps General Motors could do that. I get no indication from talking with people familiar with the relationship between GM and Nikola that GM has any indication or any inclination, I should say, to end this agreement.